Hello, friendly neighborhood editor Matt here, just letting everybody know that we have an extensive back catalog of games for you to check out that we've played for the podcast. And if in the future you have a game that you'd like us to play, let us know, because we're totally open to suggestions. I hope you enjoy the show.
What kind of podcast is this?
Bad Playstyle is a book club podcast.
For video games.
For video games. What am I supposed to say again? Welcome to Season 3 of Bad Playstyle. This is our infinite spoiler warning. Skip ahead if you don't want to hear that Metroid is a girl. Or that Zelda's a boy. There, how's that?
Yeah. We swears a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't like that,
You say bad words.
you could send corrections to...
Badplaystyle@gmail.com.
So, this is going to be a little bit different, but welcome to Bad Playstyle, the book club style podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Owen.
I'm not...
No, you have to say your name
I'm
first.
Keenan, not a shame boy, not quite a shame man.
Thank you. That was brought to us by listener Steven.
Yeah.
Steven, if you're out there, thank you so much.
Friend of the show, Steven.
We sent you 1 million game codes for doing that.
Yeah. We should send him a random game code off that spreadsheet.
We will. We did.
Yeah.
We already did that.
We already did it.
That already
Yes.
happened.
The magic of podcasting.
We
It's like
we will have already have done
It's
that.
like the Bill and Ted tape recorder.
Before.
What if we just we gotta make sure we go back and get Dad's keys?
So I don't know. Longtime listeners of the show will be familiar with us, but mostly just our voices. You won't really be familiar with what we're doing. Owen, what Legos are you playing with today on the podcast?
Yeah. I fiddle with things when we record.
Yep.
And so I have a Lego moose in my hands.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think I have Legos in my hands during the recording of
Pretty
Yep,
regularly.
every single episode.
Pretty
yeah.
regularly.
Yeah, once you figured out that was like a good thing for you to be doing to like calm yourself or whatever. I don't know what it does for
It
you,
just
but
focuses me.
it's better. And I am holding a cell phone that has the Doom agenda on it,
Yeah.
which is how the show is supposed to progress.
And I'm wearing wrestle pants!
Yeah, Keenan is wearing horrible ripped condom pants.
Yep.
So, not yet a shame man,
it's like
Keenan.
every
which
12
we
episodes.
we should explain that. So, we talked about this last episode, but in case you didn't notice, or in case you didn't listen to that, what we're going to be doing from now on is that at the beginning of every show, if you have received basically a chicken hat award from...
If you've won the chicken cup.
Yeah, if you've won the chicken cup from a succession of 10 episodes having the most chicken points, which Keenan has done twice.
Hell yeah, two-time
and
champion.
We've just
Yeah.
dispensed one of his penances, and so what?
Put it on your resume, dumbass.
Damn straight, two-time chicken cup champion.
No, because you share one of those titles with Owen.
Owen can be a one-time chicken cup champion.
That's how champions work, apparently. So what happens is that throughout the show, we are allowed to call him that.
Yeah.
Which was, what was it again?
Not a shame boy, not yet a shame man.
Sometimes we may call him just Shame Boy. For
Yeah,
short.
we might do that. And he
Or
has to
Shame
change.
Man.
He has to say that at the beginning of every episode.
Yes.
And
it will become my Steam name when I get home.
For 3 months.
For 3 months.
I
I don't know how we're going to jam another title into that, but we'll deal with that when we get there.
I think the Steam title thing is not going to be them combined.
We'll deal with that when we get there.
Because it should be embarrassing for people to call you that when we play pub.
PUBG won't change it, though, because it has its own internal name.
Fuck that.
I know, it's stupid.
Okay, we'll change your
Well,
name.
whatever, we'll play Vermintide.
Yeah. Make people call you Shame Boy. Anyway, that's the whole
We'll queue
point.
with randos.
So
It'll
this
just say not a shame
this
boy
is-
and they won't know what to call me.
This is the show. Keenan, what dumb game did we play?
What dumb game do we play? We played The Final Station, a game by Do Your Best Games.
So do your best games. I'm sorry I just called your video game dumb, but I'm very stupid and hurt myself very badly playing your game in the dumbest way possible.
Honestly, it's impressive he made it.
It should be. He should have gotten it.
I feel like there's an achievement for
Yeah,
you they
there
owe
should-
you.
Like, we should contact us and be like, hey, we have an idea for an achievement.
You can call it the Matt Award.
We have a great idea for a medieval torture implement. It's kind of like a dick vice. But anyway, before we get too far ahead, you already heard a spoiler tag at the beginning of the episode, but we're just going to reiterate
We're
it
gonna
here
spoil
in
the
case
shit
you
out of
weren't
stuff.
We're
listening.
going to spoil the game, and also we're going to spoil the DLC a little bit.
Yeah, that's important to say.
Yeah.
But this game actually does have like plot elements, unlike a lot of the games we play. So like,
actually listen to the spoiler alert.
Actually
this
figure
time.
that out. But before that, we need to talk about what other games we've been playing.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So hey, Moose.
Oh, am I going first?
Sure.
Okay. I've been playing Star Trek Timelines. That's great, but
Hell
whatever.
yeah.
So E3 is happening, and they announced a thing that was on Switch for free at E3, and so I installed it on my Switch today, and I played exactly one game of it, and I hated it. And that's Fortnite.
So I work with my job is to work with middle school kids.
Yeah.
And before I started working with middle school kids, I didn't understand what the market was for playing first-person shooters on your phone.
Oh, sure.
And then I instantly understood it. As soon as free time came around and everyone was playing PUBG on their phones, I was like, oh, these kids don't have, like, A, access to, or B, like, systems that can run this fucking game. But they want to play
or
it.
C, they aren't at those systems.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have access to right now. The system. But they still feel the burning desire because children have no, like, super ego to regulate any of their feelings. Anyway. Yeah.
Well, and also, like, Fortnite will try and match you with people on the same platform as you, but you can group up with people across all the platforms for it.
Yeah, one of the kids was telling me the other day about that, and I was like, "Isn't that horrible?" And he's like, "Yeah, my brother gets killed a lot," and I was like, and he was saying this as like a positive thing. He's like, "Yeah, I can play with my brother," and I was like, "But does he provide any?" But no, he just dies, and I'm like, "What?"
Matt, he does the thing a little brother needs to do, which is be
it's his big brother. That's the stupid part.
Oh shit! His brother's not even pulling rank on him.
No.
Whoa!
No, because this kid is actually good at video games.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like it's
like a shut up, get out of the way, let me do this.
Yeah. He's actually like made money streaming, and like is good at the game. Like he's fucking 12, and he's made like $100 streaming, and I'm like, this is not good.
Man, having $100 at 12 years old.
Yeah, right. For playing video games, that's stupid.
More importantly, having like earned it. It's not like birthday money.
Yeah.
Like that. Like you have put something in and received $100.
But like as much as I love video games, you shouldn't have.
No.
Yeah, that's a dangerous message for that kid.
Yeah, right.
To like
that is a bad thing for him to internalize.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, I played Fortnite and like
we're old.
playing it on a fucking.
No, we're also like Owen and I are also educators. Like we're the only ones stopping and thinking about what is actually good for these kids. Because their parents certainly aren't. They don't have fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, they need to get the food and the clothes and the transportation. They don't have time to think about...
And the roof.
Like,
keep holding the roof.
What the myriad of ways they are that it's, like, fucking their kid up. They just need to get it done. Right? Like...
They need their kid to become fed.
Yeah.
They're doing what I do at coding school, which is, I don't do a layout until I'm done, and I ship what we refer to as the MVP... minimum viable product.
Yeah, sure.
That's parenting.
So anyway, Fortnite on Switch.
Oh yeah, so like
it's got awful,
I fucking
right?
hate aiming on thumbsticks. Like I play PC games, you know. Like I ain't got time for that shit. So I ran into one other person, and I had found a shotgun, and I chased them out of the circle with my shotgun because they didn't have a weapon, and I just guaranteed that we both died because I hated controlling that shit so much.
Okay.
And then I played a bunch of the Fallout mod for RimWorld. I played a lot more RimWorld.
Okay.
My colony endured 14 years.
Yeah, you were telling me that was the...
I got bored of it because everything's going too well.
Mm-hmm.
Peter, who I told you guys about.
Yeah, the alcoholic asshole.
Oh, yeah, so he died eventually.
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of other people. Like, people just sort of aged out of my fort.
No, okay.
Were
they replaced via incomers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when Peter died, we had a doctor ready.
Nice.
And when other people passed away... I realized at one point a lot of my people were like super mangled.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that you needed like something like on the order of 8 eyes.
Yeah. So like I went into the health screen and looked at
for 6 people, I think it was.
I looked at everyone's injuries and it's like, oh shit. Like almost like half the base is missing one or more eyes. Like there's a bunch of missing hands, and so it just became like we just spent our GDP like of the base just on bionics.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Played a bunch of that. Played the Fallout mod. Fallout mod's cool. Puts a bunch of Fallout items and Fallout monsters.
I asked you, I was like, what's different? He's like, well, there's no heal root.
Yeah.
But there's Xandu root.
Yeah, there's Xandu root and rock flower.
Which just warms my heart.
Yeah,
Just hearing
and you
that.
start with like 10mm pistols and shit like that. And
Yeah, it warms the shit-soaked cackles in my heart.
Whatever, man. It's gonna be better than Fallout 76.
that game,
The Room World Fallout mod gonna be better.
we'll see.
I don't know, Rust is fun.
Fallout 76 looks like it's stripping out some of the things I find the most egregious and offensive about Bethesda's Fallout games.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's a way to think about it. It becoming even more hollow means that it can't fuck with the vision anymore.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're adding more fucked up crazy wildlife can only be a good thing.
Yeah.
Those are the things I do like that they've created.
Sure, so like completely stripping out
Yeah.
any ability to
Yeah.
tell a story
Yeah, no.
and just having Rust theme or
Just building systems that tell stories for you.
Fallout
Like,
themed Rust
yeah.
with better base building.
I mean, that was almost one of my unrealized game visions was the Fallout 4 roguelike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what's happening.
Yeah. Especially since it sounds like you can very aggressively grief each other. In
Yeah, well,
76.
it's Rust, so yeah.
Well, like there's dormant missile silos, and you can just blow people's
Oh, the whole base
shacks
is.
off the map.
I didn't realize there was actual nukes hanging around, but
Yeah.
all right, cool. That seems.
That's perfectly done.
Yeah. So yeah, I played Rimworld and I played Final Station. Well, that's about it.
dope.
And Keenan didn't play any video games.
I played video games.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I
Liar.
played some HOTS, and I played some Final Station. And in my week off at Coding Boot Camp, I learned how to space truck in EVE Online. And it's a really good way to mellow out.
Play some EVE Online.
Space trucking.
Space trucking.
Space trucking them rocks over there.
Yeah, I compare video games to drugs a lot.
Yeah.
But Eve, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, like, it barely requires my attention, so it's just on in the background. And then I'm like, hey, go pick up those minerals over there. Put them in my ship. Autopilot 14 jumps away, which will take an hour, and I'm not even doing it. Yeah.
Well, cool.
Alright, I played Pillars of Eternity
Oh,
A lot.
2. I played Pillars of Eternity 2.
Wow.
Played it a lot.
Oh my god.
One of my favorite things, my favorite NPC from the first game was Zawa, which we've talked about before on the show. We talked about Zawa.
Yeah,
You
they
find
fish
him.
guy.
You find him living in a fish barrel.
I was going to say, is that the monk with the fish?
attempting
Okay.
to destroy his own ego and about his own vanity.
Yeah.
And he's wonderful. If you save him in the last game to the point where he goes and starts a monastery, you can play as his type of monk in the second game.
Excellent.
Oh, that's dope.
So you can play as an
Like, he
Alpazca.
became
Ooh.
that type.
That just reminds me. I saw there's a thread on the Pillars subreddit, or on the Project Eternity subreddit.
Yeah.
That breaks down all of the save game interactivity from Pillars 1 to Pillars 2.
I would really like to read that.
It's just like a bullet point list of all.
Is it sticky or
I'm not sure.
Right.
I saw Adam Brannick. Is that his name?
Some Twitter dude.
An Obsidian. An Obsidianite.
A chip of obsidian.
Yeah. Yeah. A dude at Obsidian posted on Twitter the other day. And
Cool.
one Josh Sawyer, I think, retweeted it. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Well, if Sawyer retweeted it, I'll be sure to read it.
Yeah.
I'm almost finished with the game. I'm right near the end. I'm kind of putting it off.
Sure.
I'm putting off the last mission because I want to finish all the subquest stuff.
You're in that like 90% stage of the game where you're like, I'm gonna go do the other stuff.
Yeah. There's literally no boats on the map. Like, I have the entire map explored, so I can see the entire thing at a glance.
So they can't. Just
There are
spawn.
no boats other than mine.
You own the ocean. Good man.
But yeah, the Alpazca monk, he gains like class resources from doing drugs.
Oh, cool.
So like, not only do you get the benefit of doing the drugs, but you get class resources too.
Sure.
But he gets horrible hangovers.
Yeah.
But like, it's cool. So I'm having a lot of fun with that.
That's one of my favorite times in a big game, where you're like, I know this is it. I'm gonna go do the other stuff.
And the only reason I stopped playing any Pillars at all was to play Final Station, which is a great segue. I did something incredibly dumb, which we alluded to earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that you could craft bullets in this game, which
Or
turned
anything for that matter.
or anything,
You can also make first aid kits.
which wasn't a huge. Well, that wasn't as big of a deal for
There's
me.
a lot of those laying around.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas bullets,
Like bullets, it was definitely like when they gave me a shotgun, I was kind of like, "Oh, cool, 3 bullets, thanks." You know, and so it was like with the shotgun versus the pistol, it was like pistol was used for taking out explodey dudes at a distance, and then everything else got punched. and then I tried to pick up as many things as possible. Like, if I found a thing to pick up, I was like, this is mine. It never got thrown into a wallet, always got thrown into a monster. Or at least I attempted to throw it into a monster.
Sure.
There's a
hard.
There's a little bit of aim assist on those.
Oh, really?
I found.
Okay.
Which is cool.
I tend to think of it just directionally. Like, hey, they're in that direction.
Like, if you throw it in the direction of the monster, more often than not, you will hit the monster. Which
I've never had it like go
helpful.
over anyone or anything like that. So
my experience was incredibly excruciating.
I'm like, honestly, when you say that, and I did it earlier, I am impressed and glad you got through the game playing it that way.
Let me tell you, it was rough.
Yeah. I believe it.
So, Keenan, why don't you explain to our...
Oh, yeah, we should talk about what the game
let's talk about what the game is.
It has guns in it. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Well, we should give them a chance to contextualize how fucking stupid my stupid...
It has guns and crafting. You have learned by now.
This game is a 2D left-right side scroller. I wouldn't call it a platformer because you can't fucking jump.
Yeah. Much to my chagrin.
I wanted to jump so many times.
Yeah, no, there were a lot of instances where like, man, if I could jump, I'd fucking school this game.
There's like this part of me that died very early on, where at first I was very annoyed I couldn't jump or climb over things, and then like very quickly that part of my brain just like became completely atrophied.
Right, it just shuts down. Like, I guess we're not jumping today.
It came in waves for me. Like, I would forget I wanted to jump, and then there would be a situation in which jumping would be very beneficial for me.
And like, let's talk about that, because
I would be like,
the game visually looks like a game. When you see screenshots of it, you're like, I bet that motherfucker jumps. Right? Like, you look at that character and you're like, yeah, that dude jumps.
Yeah, he looks like he jumps and mantles.
Right, right. Like,
he mantles on things that are below ground level.
Yeah.
So
like the top 7 ladders.
Okay, so let me keep painting the picture here. So you're a train conductor, and the first level is you going to work, getting your uniform on, and getting in the fucking train.
No, the first level is you dying underneath a mansion.
Well, yeah, there's that, but like that's a flashback into Anyway,
I don't remember that at all.
so
Do you remember, like, on the second to last screen of the last levels, there's that church with all the wide-eyed people and all the fucking thaumaturgy on the wall?
Yeah.
That is the first level.
Yeah.
You do that as like a...
I legit just don't remember the first level at all.
you walk in through there,
it's
and
like,
then you get...
It's like 30 seconds, and it's just to familiarize yourself with the controls.
Okay.
And, like, how the game works.
Yeah. But anyway, so you're a train conductor, man, and you drive this...
You're an engineer, right? You actually run the engine.
that's fair. That's fair. You got the little hat and everything. Little hat and a vest
Guess
combo.
who was into trains when they were little?
Was it you?
No, it was Noah.
Oh, okay.
That's why he just corrected you on train nomenclature.
My bad.
Conductor,
So-
collects your tickets and shit.
Yeah, that's George Carlin, right?
And does stupid magic.
Yeah. George Carlin's the conductor. So the game has like 2 gameplay modes. One is when you're on the train in between levels, and you have passengers on the train who will net you money if you get them to the proper destination. And then they have
Stealing my
food.
med kit.
They have food and health bars that you need to maintain if you wish to keep them alive. Some of them are way more hurt and way more require those things than others.
Pits.
Yeah.
Someone gets into your train and they're bleeding, you let them bleed. Like, they're just a fucking waste.
Yeah, there's a dude with no arm, and I was like, I don't have enough food for you, dude.
Yeah.
So that section of the game is you making sure the train keeps running by doing little mini games that keep the train running.
I appreciated that it wasn't multiple mini games per thing.
Yeah.
But I also disliked how tedious that part was.
Yeah. I used it as time to enjoy the really cool scenery in the background.
Yeah.
And also be paying attention to the dialogue that was expositing at me.
I couldn't do anything but focus on the minigame because I was too stressed out.
Yeah, I was having a hard time minigame
but,
and
like,
reading.
reasonably so. I had a lot of things to say about this game, and this revelation that I'm a fucking moron has changed all of them.
Matt, it's okay. You just played the game as unintended. You're not a total
It's
moron.
the wrong way to play, man.
No, so...
You literally bad playstyle.
So I'm spending the entire playthrough going, come on, I just want to get through this and get back to playing killers. Because I'm actually enjoying that.
So
This fucking Resident Evil save your bullets bullshit is not for me.
So
But I'm not taking a goddamn point on this one.
Clearly, we should have talked about this game before recording.
When
At some point.
when you're on the train, you can go over to a little terminal and talk to other train drivers.
Yeah,
And look at the map and learn about your destinations.
you can hit up your
So-
peers on
and-
AOL Instant Messenger.
and
This might already be apparent,
and you can craft
but it
ammo
was
and health items.
it was somewhat nebulous to me what was a piece of scenery
Uh-huh.
and what was a button
yes.
in those menus, which you might have already guessed.
Yeah, so this game, that is one of the things I don't like, is this game doesn't, its art style doesn't lend it to making those things obvious, so you have to run into something, it needs to light up, and then you know to look for those things.
Yeah, or just spam the use key
Right.
at things you see.
So that's kind of like a difficulty in playing thing. So the other game loop that's happening in this game is when your train gets to a station, it gets locked up by this little lock on the ground. The whole game, literally, people are like, "This is the worst fucking idea. Who did this?"
Yeah, they're very contrived in the game, like lampshades. Like
Turns out it was a council member's son.
So the mechanic that comes into play with this is that you have to go find the proper code to unlock your train and keep moving.
Yeah, there's a 4-digit code you need to punch in to release the locks, and it's
No 0451.
oh yeah,
No 0451.
Russian developer. Man.
I know, right?
Different game
You
culture.
broke the rules. At least the red barrels explode.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Dude.
Yeah, I bet you love
I love
red barrels.
so much. There was a couple of times there where I had a red barrel, and I opened a door, and there was a biter right there, and it's boom! It's like,
Yeah, explosions will fuck your shit in that game when you're near them.
Yeah, definitely my worst enemy is the exploding guys.
Yeah.
Which, like, they're the
'Cause
only
you hit
they're the
them.
only ones that get bullets.
Right.
Right?
You hit them, and then they light on fire and run at you. And when you're in melee range, that's not good.
No. Because if they're right next to you and they explode, it doesn't matter how full your health
You're
bar is,
dead.
you're dead.
Yeah.
So you got to do a level change or something to deal with that.
So
So you
so there's
in
a
the
calamitous
course-
event that's happened, and there's basically zombies everywhere.
they're zombies, but they're not.
Yeah,
They're like fucked up aliens.
Yeah,
The game artwork in game is they're not zombies, but in the fucking menu they definitely are. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's but it's like a thing that's like becoming more and more common. Where it's like someone wants to make a zombie game, they don't want it to be another zombie
Right.
game, so they're not zombies. In The Last of Us, they're people with fungus growing out of their faces, and in
But they're definitely zombies.
and in I Am Legend, they're I don't know, they got a virus.
Yeah, but they're vampires. It's the
Well,
thing.
they're not in the movie. Like they're vampires in that book.
Yeah, they're definitely vampires in the book. They're only sort of vampires in the movie.
Yeah.
They're like super zombies.
Yeah.
like they just headbutt car windshields open and shit,
yeah.
and don't care.
And so in this, like, they're not zombies, but they're like
They're definitely zombies.
they sure act like zombies.
Side note: I Am Legend book ending way better than movie ending.
Really? Well, whatever. This ain't a
This ain't
book
the-
club.
this ain't- Yeah, this ain't the time or place.
So you have to traverse through the environment and work through things and find the fucking code wherever the fucking train engineer manager guy took it.
Yeah, it's like weirdly at the end of every
Level, it's at the end, or you loop through something and find it in the sewers.
It does that Skyrim cave exit trick.
Yeah. Which I dig. I'm into that. I'm still okay with it.
It's fine.
Yeah, usually you get the code and the other half of the level is...
Yeah. And then you scavenge for materials.
And like once you go through a few of these levels, it becomes like very apparent when you see like, oh, there's a trapdoor on the floor there. Oh, I can't open it. Bet that's the way out of this
that's
level.
the Skyrim
Yeah.
exit to the entrance.
Yeah, at first it's you get a key, and then later on in the game design it's, you just can't open it yet.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Did anyone else run into the instance where they had like more keys than there were doors for keys for?
Yes.
That was...
That's probably
That still nags me.
that's probably just to make sure you find a key.
So
Probably.
you know how like I like to beat games very thoroughly?
I did it too.
That instinct was running against the instinct to beat the levels.
Oh, sure.
So
Well, in the way you're experiencing the game, I completely understand that.
Well, and so like a lot of the levels are designed in like a big loop. Like you travel along this course all the way through, and at the end over here you find the key code, and there's an obvious trail back.
Mhm.
But then a lot of times, right when you find the key code, it's like, oh, but dear reader,
there's a different way.
yeah, there's some more rooms over here.
There's more.
Don't you want to go loot? And like the answer is always a resounding no. I want to leave because even with crafting ammo, that game is not easy.
Well, and most of the time, what you get from those extra spaces, having done them all,
Mhm.
not really worth it.
Sure.
Like I get it, right? Like from a game design standpoint.
Having
like,
played most of the levels multiple times, I can tell you there are rooms that are simply not worth going
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's one of those things like
Yeah, that's super true.
There's definitely be like third time through a level, okay, not going that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's one of those things where, like, the only reason I started playing, or I kept playing as a completionist was because it's how I was getting the narrative. Because most of the narrative in the game is sprinkled throughout
Yeah.
either conversations with people or notes that are left behind.
Yeah, it's super slight, and I wish I'd realized that earlier on. Like there was, you know, like the town you come to the first time,
Mhm.
the one where you can like get out and like go explore and go talk to
Yeah.
people and just sort of meander. Like I definitely didn't do my due diligence in that town because I was just like, yeah, let's get this shit done. You know,
I've also-
What was the game Diagon de Vict with the
Neon Struck.
Neon Struct? That
Eyes
game
of the
had
World.
those like those little bits where you're in town and you like go talk to. This game had those. I like those a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, like,
the
when
safe towns...
my character didn't have his gun out, I was like, cool. I can
Yeah.
relax.
Cool. So if I die here, it's because the game needs me to die.
Yeah.
The game developer has decided I will die here.
So
Don't worry, I'll take care of her.
apparently the game has, like, branching paths.
What?
Yeah, it's apparently in there. I was reading about it. I only played the game once through, but apparently you don't always go to all the same stations.
Oh, weird.
So, part of my problem...
Is that a thing you have control over?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think what happens is it randomly generates a code and that puts you at a next station. Like there's a bucket of codes, and you pull a code from the bucket when you find it, and then you go to that station.
Yeah, there was
And you
definitely
experience
there was
whatever's
definitely
at
like
that
a
station,
map, yeah.
and then you pull a code from the bucket.
Weird. So this is like replayability to get the whole story.
I guess.
Or whatever.
So that's sort of
'Cause,
what
I
I'm
mean,
wondering.
Because like when you're on the train, there's definitely like a map of
Yeah.
stations.
And I only went to certain ones.
Yeah.
So
I only went to like maybe half the stations.
did you end up
over
at the? Did either of you end up at the like train making place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that one might be like
Yeah.
necessary.
I mean, that's pretty central to explain.
That's
to-
also
to-
the one that you go to right after you go through the tunnel that's not supposed to exist.
yeah.
That has all the gas pods in it.
yeah.
So yeah, like in the history of this game, you learn that like pods fell from the sky a long time ago.
And
And they-
released a spooky gas.
They
Yeah.
release a gas.
They release an XCOM intro cinematic gas.
Yeah, they sure fucking do. Man, there's a few other sprinklings of XCOM in here.
And that's what makes the white-eyed black ghost zombie people.
Yeah.
Also, just wide-eyed people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're the ones who don't get killed
Remember,
by it.
Shotgun Man says it's a medicine.
Right. They become
Some
super people.
Some people just aren't strong enough.
They
And
become super
also,
people, or
when
they
you-
become zombie people.
When you go to the prison, did you go to the prison?
Yes.
Okay, in the prison, if
There's
you
notes about the
read, if
people.
you read the plaques, it's the personality of the person
Creates what kind of zombie
determines
they
what
are.
type of zombie
Yeah,
they
if
become.
you're a psychopath, you fucking light on fire and explode.
Yeah, and if you're a rude person, you turn into a short little like munchkin. Yeah.
Well, and there's a guy in the tunnel area you run into where he just has white eyes.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to come with you.
Yeah.
And I tried killing him because like, come on,
Are you talking about Shotgun Man or a different guy?
this is a different guy.
Okay.
Yeah, they stand out because everyone else has red eyes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you have glowing eyes. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, like I've been already conditioned by all these zombies to fucking want to hurt you.
Yeah, so like that happened like a long time ago in the fiction. So like this is not set on Earth. I guess we haven't talked about that yet. There's 2 moons in your sky, and
I didn't notice that.
yeah.
It's only in like one background piece.
The developer makes like a bit of a thing about it because like you step out of a building and there's just a wide space before your next building, and you see the night sky and there's 2 moons and like a music cue hits as you walk past it. I was like, oh damn, 2 moons. Guess like
This ain't Earth.
yeah, this ain't Earth. This is like
Or you're gonna tell me why there's a second moon.
yeah.
So yeah, a lot of the narrative is like sprinkled throughout these notes and things you run into. And the thing I like about it is that it's narrative from individual people's perspectives.
Yeah.
So like this guy is the brother of the guy who's working on the
Man,
Guardian
I
project.
was so ready to shit all over this game.
It's like that. It's like the toolbox that you would find in an immersive sim like Deus Ex of like. It's like Tacoma, you know.
Right.
It's going through
Right.
emails. It's going through old instant messenger conversations.
But they're all like sticky notes.
Or
It's
sticky-
the
well, there's-
way that,
there's
memos.
it's
memos.
the way that they teach you to not have a character sit down and explain what's going on,
Right.
but to just mention stuff in passing
Right.
and have the player piece
but
it
also
together.
do that thing where they sit down and explain things to you at the end.
Well, that's Deus Ex style.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, well, that's in this too, right? Like at the end of the game, the guy with the shotgun, like,
Oh, he lays out some key details, but he doesn't. He's
Yeah.
not like sitting there expositing at you.
but yeah, he kept like showing up and talking at me. He's like, okay, I guess I should accept what he's saying is true because
Yeah.
he's like a magical contrivance man.
Yeah.
He doesn't like beat you over the head with it, but it's definitely like,
I mean, he does shoot you in the face.
well, okay, yeah.
So
I still like. I have this weird thing where like I want to know more, but I don't know how to get more. And you were telling me there's a lot of it in the DLC.
Yeah, there's stuff in the DLC. Also, apparently, there's probably stations you haven't been to.
Right. So like now I'm like doing the math. Like, do I want to do that again?
So like in the history, like, yeah, there was like this event back in the day.
They refer to it as the first visitation.
Yeah. Where shit came out of the sky and like the government. It sounds like the government like quarantined the area.
Yeah, like,
and they were like no material in or out.
they like
Yeah.
quarantined
But
it
then
and
they
like
went in
clearly
and grabbed a
learned
bunch of
from
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because like all the trains run on alien tech. Apparently, you find out later in the game.
Yeah.
Well, because they went in the first time and they grabbed all the tech, but nobody could use it until the blacksmith,
Yeah.
who could use it.
Who also made a Gundam.
And like,
Are the Gundam and the visitations like related, or is that two totally separate things?
so
I don't know what beat up the Gundam, but something.
Right.
did, yeah.
Like
yeah. So the government has this big project called the Guardian, and it's like an enormous mecha.
yeah.
Like hundreds of stories tall apparently, because all you get to see are its toes.
I audibly rolled my eyes when I first saw it.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, "This is not how you deal with like a zombie invasion, you guys."
Right, so that's why I'm saying, like, this is not the logical reaction to what I
Well,
as a
so
trained
there's
conductor
some
have been
there's some
dealing with.
implication in the game that the
Interesting.
Guardian was never supposed to work. That
Yeah, there's a lot of like notes that are like, "Hey, it won't even work, you dumbasses!"
Yeah, and
like,
that it's something that's being built to placate the populace because there's like this existential threat to their people. Because like the government never gives any explanation as to what the visitation is. No one really knows. It's
right.
Well, at least
There's like these weird little notes here and there from people who were there,
Mhm.
but a lot of them have been silenced or
Yeah.
removed.
Yeah, like one of the
or-
first cities you roll through. There's a radio blackout there because there's a bunch of electrum scattered in the air.
Yeah.
And there's like a quarantine going on, and so like people want to like when you come in from the north, people want to know what was going on.
They want information from you because you just came from a place that's apparently
Yeah.
like getting fucked up
and like your guy at the time seems to not want to talk about it.
or know anything. Like,
Well, he
you're-
kind of knows
you're-
he shouldn't too.
Your guy doesn't really want to talk about anything except for, "Hey, where's the phone? I need to call my daughter."
Yeah. There is implications in the DLC that the government knows a lot about this.
Sure,
And that they've been anticipating the second visitation. So that's what's happening. Is
sure.
like,
I mean, you run into a lot of sites where they're like doing tests on
Yeah.
the guys.
like I found an IM conversation where they were like, it's from before the second visitation, and they're like, so the second visitation is coming soon if it's happening. We think it is, and we're not sure. And like this and that. And like I found a facility where I think they were experimenting on like the black zombie folks before the second visitation. Like they had made some of their own like in a lab and were like fucking with them.
Yeah.
So and I don't know. There's some I'm not sure yet because I'm not done with the DLC. There's some implication from like that the council that the president is just like a puppet of the council.
Yeah.
And that the council it may be controlled by these weird nefarious cosmic
I was getting
forces.
like a Lizard Overlord's feel
Yeah.
out of it, like,
Yeah.
but I didn't have enough to like actually confirm it with what I was given.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was definitely like once I hit the church with the thaumaturgy and the
Yeah.
white-eyed folks, I was like, nah, they know.
Oh yeah,
They know and they don't give a fuck.
There's
Like,
totally like a death cult too.
yeah.
There's cultists that like they even call themselves the Advent. Like speaking of XCOM, and like they like it's at the beginning of the DLC. They're literally your neighbors upstairs in your apartment
Oh, yeah.
building. like you go talk to your roommate and it's like, yo, dude, are those like cultists still upstairs? I was like, no, they all took off. Do you think they knew the shit was coming?
Probably.
Yeah, and like you start running into them later too. Like
One thing this game does with all the people you interact with is it really like portrays the way the average person when like an eschaton level event happens.
yeah, it
Like it really
With-
portrays the like
wonderfully
helplessness.
charming ESL dialogue.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
it's
and
very-
it really portrays like how helpless and misinformed people are and how they spread the wrong shit and like
And like, don't argue. That just like yell their opinions and threaten each other.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Like, there's one guy who's like, "Hey, did that guy get bitten?" And then the scientist guy named Classified.
Yeah.
Like that's
It's
not
like,
how
that's
it
not
works.
how it works, asshole. Like,
The talking to people always reminded me a lot of a book I read about this reporter talking to like refugees from Kosovo and Serbia and stuff. Where like
there's a certain like, the notes give me a very like Studs Terkel like World War Z similar sort of narrative feel.
yeah, but like World War Z has like glamour. And,
Yeah.
like, this doesn't.
No,
Like cool shit happens in World War Z. Like
you're just into dirt in this game.
Everything
like,
that happened to these people is like pretty mundane. It's like their neighbor turned into a monster. Yeah, well, like that's not mundane, but like you know what I mean.
but it's
not
normal
like-
for them the way
Yeah.
the situation's ironing out. Like,
Yeah.
and there's apparently shelters.
Yeah. Well, and the government was ready for this, right? That was part of their posturing to be ready if something like this ever happened again. You know, like the Guardian's part of this, right?
Yeah.
Like they have the Guardian, they have these things ready for the Guardian, they have the shelters, and the shelters are ready.
The Guardian is like this proof to me of how misinformed the public is, or how uninformed the public is, because like the Guardian gets launched like a fucking rocket,
Yeah.
and then like you literally run into it just crashed and fucked up somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's like
later on.
it's like I'm thinking about it now. It's like, did it even fight anything, or did
Yeah.
it just fucking crash?
Yeah.
Right? Like, did it just go up, come back down, and this is the result? And they're like, "Oh, it didn't work."
Well, and
Like-
what are they even telling the public happened? Because like is it like, hello, like, citizens, we are building an enormous robot so that the robot can go up in space and fight, you know, Space Jim. You know, here's Jim. He's a bad guy.
Right.
And this is a robot that is a proportionate weapon to defeat Jim. Like, what are they even telling the
Right?
people?
Like, how are they buying this as the solution?
Yeah. Like it's like if the president today got on television and said, "I figured out how to beat the war on terror, guys," and it's a big robot. It's like, what?
That's stupid.
So, to get into why the game was frustrating with the combat loop,
Oh yeah.
you have a gun,
Yeah.
you have a handgun, and eventually a shotgun, and eventually
eventually
your
a machine
handgun
gun.
turns into a rifle.
That actually really pissed me off.
Yeah.
I wanted my handgun.
I want my handgun
I
back.
wanted
'cause
my
it was
laser
better.
sight back.
Yeah.
How about the laser sight?
Yep.
The laser sight's really good.
Yeah. So and then the other, so that's all left click, depending on which weapon you have decided. And then when you right click, you can either fast punch or you can hold it and you get a little meter and you charge up your meter and you like one punch most bad guys.
Yeah, and you
So
get a
Matt
cooldown.
apparently punched everything forever.
Yeah. And
And-
threw stuff at it.
Like, I honestly like super applaud you for getting through it because I hated the combat with a gun.
Yeah, I hated it a lot with a gun. It reminded me of all the worst parts about Gunpoint.
Yeah, it's weird because like this game is built out of so many pieces of other games that work for it.
Mm-hmm.
But that combat, like, the way the combat works is too slow for what they throw at you,
Yeah,
is what I want to say.
And like I always felt like so like the monsters can't travel on a vertical axis; they
Yeah.
can only travel horizontally. So you can do a lot of like weird stuff where you're like standing on the stairs, you're waiting for your punch to cool down. All right, now you charge your punch back up. You step up just the last step enough.
So you can punch
So
him
you
in the
can
kneecap.
Punch him in the knee, and then duck down before he can attack you again. And I was doing like lots of that stuff, and it's like this can't be their vision of how this game
Right.
feels and plays.
Right, like, there's clearly, like, either a programming limitation or a time limitation
Yeah.
to this combat system.
Everything is too fast, except for how quickly the rooms light up when you open the door.
Right.
Yeah. Also, like you can't aim lower than like 45 degrees.
Yeah.
You can't
Which
aim
means-
higher than...
Yeah.
Which means that you can't do, like, smart shit on a ladder or
Yeah.
on a ledge,
Like, you
unless
can,
the
but
zombie
it's
walks
really,
back.
really
And,
bad.
yeah, you gotta wait for them to be in the right spot.
And sometimes the hitboxes on on the platforms are super fiddly.
Yeah.
Thing I found out, bullets from pistols have a finite distance they can travel.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
So it's literally, I had a big guy in a second story, and I had a line on him. I shot him in the head, and the bullet went for about an inch from his head and disappeared.
It did the Battlefield, like, I've hit my limit, I'm not an existing thing anymore.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the combat, like, it's part of the core loop of
That
the
was my
game,
last bullet.
and is very frustrating.
That fucking bullet.
And it's punishing in ways that it doesn't need to be. And I the only reason that you would ship this game this way is because it's what you got, in my mind. Like,
Yeah. The combat doesn't change a ton in the DLC, so
Yeah.
like I think like here's the thing though, is like the one way the combat is like super effective is in that like if you made the combat really easy and it was just trivial to like kick over the zombies and shoot them or whatever, like it destroys all the tension.
True, like that the combat is hard is what creates that.
Yeah, and without that tension in the combat, all that's left is just like the rummaging through notes.
Right, it becomes a big walking simulator with nothing else.
And that part is so sparse that like the game would just be boring as fuck.
Yeah, like the combat is challenging through its limitations,
Yeah.
which isn't necessarily the most compelling gameplay.
And like I think like the tension the combat achieves is like super like it. That part's very effective.
Yeah, yeah.
You never feel comfortable. You never feel like you want to clear out every room in the house just to say you did it. Like you know, oftentimes I get the code at the end and it's like, ooh, there's a few rooms left. I can go check out. It's like, fuck it, I'm good. Like I got what I came for. I don't want to see any more zombies.
There was always a balancing for me. It's like, okay, I have this many health kits. I have this much ammo. I'm gonna go clear those rooms out in case I can learn or find something.
Yeah.
The first time I went to a level was always exploratory, like Dark Souls style. I never expected to live.
You played like the most bleak version of this game.
Well,
it's kind of awesome.
How appropriate for a game with such like Dark Soulsian storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was honestly, it was like, hey, this really doesn't work in fucking 2D with a fucking paper thin combat depth.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah.
This really doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
I want to play Pillars with a really, really deep combat system.
Yeah, that's like.
I want to go play my retarded.
That's a hell of a cocktail
drunken...
you accidentally brewed yourself.
I want to play Pillars 2 with the good combat and the cold Mexican beers.
And the Orleans.
Yeah. Oh man, Orleans are great.
I found a dumb hat for my Orland where he has enormous antlers all the time. So my stupid drugged up monk is wearing enormous antlers.
Wait, is it just antlers or is it like a deer's head?
Oh, it's like a deer's head with the front knocked off.
That's what my guy wears in Pillars 1.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's very comforting to know I can find one of those in Pillars 2.
Yeah, you can straight up buy it from like one of the first merchants.
Fantastic. They're like to me that's part of my iconic look in Pillars 1.
I think it's called Horns of the Bleak Mother. They don't look like that in the item screen.
Sure, okay.
I'll
keep my eye out for it. I'll show you my guy after this. He's got a look.
The only other thing I want to say about Final Station, and it's part of what drew me to the game initially, is its art style is really, like, simple, but very good.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, like
the pixel art's very good. They're really into like background parallax, like a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to say that buildings or the inside of the rooms don't light up fast enough when you open the door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that again.
Well, yeah, and you're playing like fucking twitchy melee, dude. Like I get it, dude.
So many times. I actually managed to get like latched onto a few times and not take any damage.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, where?
It can be done. Weirdly enough.
Suboptimal build Matt used.
Really good at this one thing.
Yeah. Next time he's crafting build.
God damn it.
It uses like a lot of foreground objects like in your peripheral view.
Hey, those got in the way of things that I was trying to beat
up.
Yeah,
that happened like a couple times. There was one that the zombies... I don't think the zombies were actually trying to hide behind it,
but they were definitely hiding behind it.
It sure seemed like it.
Yeah, but like, I caught myself... We were talking about how, like, the train minigame to keep the train going would distract you from the dialogue that's happening during the train sequence. I caught myself just, like, drooling at the background half the time on the train.
I didn't have time to look at the background.
Like, I caught myself, like, losing track of both those things because, like, there's weird blinky shit in the background or whatever.
The only thing I didn't like about the train ride stuff is people's hunger and health keeps ticking down if they're injured or if they're hungry. So, like, you can't just, like, putter around in the train. Like, in a certain sense, playing this optimally means not waiting for conversations to finish and hitting that you have arrived lever as soon as it lights up.
Yeah, because then the meters aren't ticking.
Yeah, because they don't seem to tick down when you're not on your train.
I think conversations end when that clicks over, from what I've seen.
No? Definitely not.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that was not always the case with me.
Okay.
It depends on how many passengers you have.
Oh, okay. Does the conversations get bigger?
Yes. More people are involved.
Had a bunch of passengers die.
There's a lot of things I like about this game, but I did not...
Don't play... If you play it, like, don't play it in one sitting.
Yeah.
because I think the gameplay will wear out your welcome.
Yeah.
Like the game's pretty short. It's like it took me 5 hours. I saw you
It's
4.
like 4 or 5-ish, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't really time it, but it was like 2 days of all of my gaming time.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know what I would do to fix this game. Like, I like a lot of what it is, but I
I think you should start with the laser sight.
have listed my grievances
Because
as well.
Even just like where a bullet can travel and where it can't isn't always super duper clear.
Yeah.
And that laser sight will be obscure. It'll be occluded. It won't be able to pass through if you can't make the shot.
Yeah.
And that should just be part of the default UI. Like,
Yeah.
and that's not like a fix all, but like that's just off the top of my head. Like that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Because that part is bad.
Yeah, in gunpoint-esque games like this, with this kind of thing,
Yeah.
a laser sight it doesn't seem like it would if you have the cursor, but it does a lot.
Yeah.
It helps you extrapolate way easier,
Faster.
in a way that doesn't hurt the gameplay in any way.
Yeah.
Um,
I really like the design for the whole world is like super interesting. Like they really lean into that like Bungie Halo school of big tech thing
Mm-hmm.
that's just like plopped into the wilderness.
Right. Like,
I liked how the metropole, the city that you eventually go to, looks like a city straight out of Trigun.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like tacked together and like, yeah, there's all these visuals in that game that like sort of buy off my grievances in this way that like
They did not for me.
And it's got like a super like the tone is it has a very deliberate tone in it. Like it is.
It nails its
rich.
tone.
Yeah.
Definitely. I had IBS ulcers the entire time, but
Yeah. It's like brooding and sad and
yeah, no, and there's like
and like senseless.
like there's a like this is a waste like feeling to
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah, there's no resolution. You know, like this thing.
Well, like the
happens,
fact that the main character that you are just fucking dies and that's
Yeah.
the end. Like,
well, and like this thing happens and it's like not clear. Like, is this a good thing or a bad thing that's happening? Like a lot of people sure fucking died.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because you kind of get to the end, and there's no more monsters. Everyone has wide eyes. Everyone's happy. Everyone's going about their business.
but these
you're
are all the
puking
ones
up-
that made it through the thresher, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It reminded me a lot of Childhood's End, the Arthur C. Clarke book.
kind of, yeah.
Do you remember what? That's a good comparison. But do you remember what the guy in the church said? Because you can talk to one of the guys in the church.
I don't.
Okay, he said once I don't know if he's used the word ritual, but it's like once we do it, once we cross over to the other side.
Oh yeah, he talks about a portal.
Yeah, once we complete the portal, they'll be able to send through everything we need to like finish up.
Yeah.
Basically, is what
Right,
he's
which
saying.
like implies this whole like lizard men fucking predisposition.
That was the other thing that reminded me of. There's another science fiction book. And Matt's gonna hate that I say this. 3-body problem. It's like it's the same premise of the antagonist from that book. It's like
my problems with that book was the way that book was written, not the premises of that book.
Yeah, but it's basically like there's like, for lack of a better term, like an alien invasion, but like even that makes it sound way more pedestrian.
It's not
than it
really,
is.
yeah.
It feels like I am a person on the ground in this game who is a regular person while someone else is playing Stellaris and infiltrating my government.
Yeah, like alien,
Like-
yeah,
like-
like a fucking Type 2 civilization is trying to destroy a Type 0 civilization, and they're doing it by just like transmitting information to
Right.
the populace and getting them to do it for them.
Right, like it's this like weird thing going on.
Hey, do you want gas that cures all diseases? Turns you into an asshole zombie first, but
It turns almost everybody
Turns
into zombies.
70% of you into that.
Yeah. And so like 3-body problem, like spoilers, also has like basically a death cult like in this that is like secretly trying to like
pursue the alien agenda.
pursue the alien agenda and set up a portal and
Yeah.
stuff.
Sounds like the place where those aliens live in 3 bodies pretty bad, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, final station. Way more than I expected. Also, what?
Yeah. The game's heavy as hell.
How about some awards for this game?
No, that's later.
That's later?
Or we could do it now. Doesn't matter.
I feel like we should do that and wrap this up and then get to the other
You
shit.
want to do that one?
Sure,
Does
that sounds good to me.
Alright, cool. Todd Howard.
0 Todd Howards.
Brandon Chung.
Ooh, that's a good question. I bet he would like this game.
this person I do not know personally. It is my impression. I think he would like this game.
I get 1.
One,
Yeah.
I give it like 1 or 2. Yeah.
I'll give it 1. Like, there's a similar sort of like established world feel.
Yeah, I think not the feel of the world, but like the aesthetic of all the machinery.
Mhm.
It like I can envision.
And the sort of like Brandon Chung's worlds are always very like you're very intimate with like your friend group, but the world is very impersonal.
Yeah.
And like very much like a plotting machine, and this feels that same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also just like big ass machinery that is like definitely in Quad Cow.
Yeah.
You know, like some of these buildings, if they were rendered in 3D in Quad Cow, I would not bat an eye.
Right.
So I'll give it 2.
Yeah, I think 2. I think we made a case for 2.
Yeah, 2 sounds good.
2.
Nina Freeman.
Ooh,
I'm 0 on this one.
I'm gonna give it 1.
Yeah, I'll give it 1. I had some feels.
It's and it's
There's the daughter at the thing, so
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's some
Fair.
there's some effective emotional things in
Yeah.
the story to me.
okay. All right, fair enough. 1.
You know how people dunk all the time on Bethesda doing like really ham-fisted like environmental storytelling, which means like putting a skull on a toilet or whatever. Like,
So
Sorry, I
saying
love
this
your
is-
like boilerplate.
The like environmental storytelling is to what Bethesda does as this is to Nina Freeman.
but Bethesda thinks that this is what they're doing. This game does what like the way I feel going through these environments and reading
Oh,
notes
okay.
and
The
rummaging around.
breadcrumbs that are left behind
I mean,
in
we
this
did
game.
say Dark Soulsian.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So,
The breadcrumbs that are left in this game have a purpose.
Mhm.
In Dark Souls, it's just that the level designer did this to imply this thing, or not Dark Souls. In Bethesda games, they just did this to imply a thing,
Yeah,
not like actually generate.
and they do it
meaning.
in like the most loudest, simplest way possible. It's
yeah,
Skyblivion out for.
right, like
like, yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely like people you run into in that game and situations I ran into where like I had an emotional tug
Mhm.
come out of that situation.
Or like sometimes you just like find a building where there's a blood trail that goes all through it,
So are we?
and at the end you find a dead guy and you
Yeah.
got a bunch of stuff on him.
Fuck.
Are we
man.
at 2?
That
I
one.
feel we're at 2.
I'll give it 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon Vickland.
0.
Are you sure?
It's way too understated.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's not loud enough.
Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of like zombies are rad, like killing zombies. Are...
Yeah,
but like you're right. It's
But this
understated.
is not like glamour zombies. Like
Yeah.
it's like the distinction I was making about World War Z earlier.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like that, like the war story stuff. But like,
No,
too much
you're-
cool stuff happens in World War Z.
You're 100% right. None of this
It's
is.
way more
None of this
mundane.
is. Wow, that's rad.
The Guardian would have worked.
None of this is Tango
I can't
down.
jam Hotline Miami in this
None of
game and
this-
it makes sense.
None of this is Tango down.
Right.
Sorry, you say it.
Tango down.
There we go.
Down.
Thank you.
Yeah, are we just gonna like razz fucking door kickers forever for that line?
Yes.
Yeah. When I had to deal with it as many times as I did,
Yeah.
yes, they did this to themselves.
J.E. Sawyer.
I don't know.
Kill House Games did that to themselves.
I give it a 1 or a 0.
I'm at 0.
Yeah.
I'm on 0.
I can go with 0.
Jeff Bezos.
Oh, 0.
No, because
I
the
don't know.
world is like destroying
The
itself.
world's fucked.
The Blizzard people. I feel like at least 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like really corporate greed that's ruining everything.
Is there a difference?
This is a philosophical
I
question.
will cede to
For
1
different
Jeff
times.
Bezos.
All right.
Yeah, we got the Bezos on the board.
We got that tooth out of his mouth. Tarn Adams.
0 Tarn Adams.
Yeah, Jake Solomon.
Jake Solomon. Ooh, it is-
We discussed some Solomonisms.
Yeah.
3!
3! Alright, I'm good with 3.
I don't have